Hello, this is a Bluthner style 7 grand piano. That's 6 foot 3 inches long, 190 centimeters. Just come into stock. It's in our storage area, and I'm just assessing it to see what sort of work might need doing on it. Just to have a look at the case first of all. It's rosewood, pretty certain about that, but it's been finished in a more of a walnut colour, so it'd be easy to call this walnut when it's actually rosewood. If we refinish rosewood, it's got a slightly redder look to it than this. This is more a golden type finish, but it's very, very integral. I'm very pleased with it. I'm very grateful to get the piano into stock, and all of it's in good condition. Right down this side, you can see a bit of fading, so we're going to try and make that good, but it's not standing out hugely, as you can see, but we can obviously try and improve that, as we with all our pianos. The top of it, just again, I think we can certainly get rid of that. I'm not quite sure why it's like that, but the little marks like this we won't be able to get rid of. So it's not 100% perfect, but there's no fading line here. But there often is when you put the lid up there, you find a fading line. So again, extremely good condition, very, very tasteful polish too, and integral generally, except for this slightly lighter patch here. And the music stand is fine too. Slightly darker music stand, which you often get. And the side parts here, by the way, pull forward. I don't know if you are aware of this, so I'm just going to pull this one forward if I can while I'm holding the camera. There we go. You can see that comes forward so that candlesticks can be placed here. In the olden days when they didn't have electricity, this is 1905, so they would have needed candlesticks very often to shine onto the music. So that's why they come forward. Now it's 88 note, as the Bluthners are usually at this age, and or always, sorry. And we look along the keyboard here, and we can see that it's very high quality and very good condition ivory. So that's, again, very, very encouraging indeed. So I should perhaps have shown you the legs first and the lyre, which again, polished beautifully and very integral with the whole piano. Now, technically speaking, the tuning pins are very tight. They are large tuning pins, so the rest plank hasn't been replaced. I'm fortunate to be in contact with the person who always tuned this piano after it was restored. And she tells me that, it's a she, by the way, she tells me that she has tuned it last in 2013, and it's about 8 beats flat, so that's how far it's gone flat since she last tuned it, which is quite a lot, but it's about slightly more than 1 beat a year. And I noticed on here the restorer has signed it. She wasn't aware of who the restorer was. If you are aware of that, then it would be wonderful to know. So I'll just linger on that slightly so you can see. M. Wilkins, I think it is, Wilkins 2004, and they're very well restored. It's slightly different from a Bluthner restoration. The frame is more golden than it would normally be, but very well chosen colour and very well painted. It's not coming off at all, as you'll find sometimes that does happen on pianos. And the stringing is excellent. I just wanted to show you one aspect of the stringing which shows that it's been well thought out, and that is that the distance between the agraffe and the end of the string is as low as possible, but you still got to be able to pull it up, obviously, so can't be too close, but it's well thought out because it's really quite close, and the string line is excellent too. So many things on this piano suggest that it's been restored extremely well. There's the original decal, I think it's the original decal, and the serial number underneath it. Very often the decal's replaced, but I think that's the original one. Now, this is a Bluthner patent action, as you'd expect from a Bluthner this age. Right up until 1924 or 25, they were making patent actions before they changed to the roller, and they were very popular. They do feel very smooth. There's a different type of feel from the normal roller action, and very popular, so they kept on doing it. These are arbel hammers, and been put on extremely well. Arbel hammers are very often chosen for Bluthners. In fact, Bluthners themselves use arbel hammers, I believe, still. You can see the name Helmut Arbel on the side there. Germany, sorry. Yes, Arbel, Germany, there we are. So, and there's hardly any use since they've been put on. If we look at the hammer, end of the hammer, well, looks as though it's not been used at all, really. There's quite a fine adjustment to do, and we'll see the worksheet in a second, but there's a bit of stiffness here, and I think the springs also a bit varied. These springs need, if you do adjust these springs, by the way, it's not a good idea to try and bend the L unless they've been replaced. In fact, these ones may well have been. I haven't checked that. I'll have a look later. But if they've not been replaced, they still last for ages and ages. Pull them back rather than try and adjust the L, because they might break at this point. So if you pull them back, that usually is enough to increase the tension. Sorry, with regard to regulating these springs, please don't take it as gospel what I just said. And if you're a technician, you've got a better way of doing things, then we'd love to learn about that. Piano's gone flat and out of tune, but just to give some idea of the tone of it, in the mid-range, which is the singing area, it sings beautifully. And the restorers managed to retain the original tone of the Bluthner, so it's been really encouraged by this. And even the break point is very good. The top end of Bluthners is often weaker, but in this case it's fine. I think probably we can just do a bit of voicing as well. And it sings right to the very top. So here's the worksheet that we've done on this piano, and it talks about what the piano is and fully restored, and last tuned in February 2013. Just checking everything really, and most of it's got a very clean bill of health. Just the left hand side needs a bit of bodying up to try and make it integral with the rest of the piano, which I think we can do. And some lubrication, regulation of the springs, the key weights. Now that's something I didn't show you with my key weights, but I think there's plenty of videos showing that. So C is 63, which should, as you know, be 50, and 52 down the bottom, 48 in the top here. It's quite varied. I don't know why C is 63 and the C below it, sorry, C40 and C28 is 50 and C52. So maybe there's something actually problem with that key, because most of it's hovering around the 50s, and 56 is too high really. So we'll try and even that out, and that was a 62 down there. I haven't done them all, as you can see, just a sample, just to see what kind of work needs to be done. And by the way, the B's here are too bright, but I'm not going to do too much checking of the voicing until it's finely tuned really. So that's a Bluthner style 7 grand piano, 6 foot 3 inches long, made in 1905, and just come into stock, fully restored and very well restored. The key tops are wonderful, the casework is almost perfect, slightly light on the left hand side. Now this is lockdown coming up, so if you're unable to come in and try the piano yourself, then we can certainly let you have it to try out. So please write to us, info@robertspianos.com, with what you suggest, and then we'll see if we can manage to do something. Bluthners are renowned for their mellow and rich tone, and this is just as good as any really. New hammers, new arbel hammers, and regulated very well indeed. Has a very clean bill of health in many ways. It just needs slight lubrication here and there, and the key weighting is uneven, so that's something else we need to do, and it obviously needs pitch raising and tuning because it's very flat. So I hope that's helpful. Thank you very much indeed for listening. Sorry, it's very out of tune at the moment, but I hope that gives you some idea of the tone of it. And the touch is beautiful, it's just very uneven.